Hi, I'm Dr. Ling Kwan from the Education University of Hong Kong. My research is about evaluating the integration of work problems, work experience, and mathematical knowledge in young children. The students' age is about 7 to 9 years old. They experience difficulty in problem solving in mathematics. So we discover why such a large board of students had difficulties in solving mathematical problems and try to discover the extent of students' difficulties and the reasons for that. 27 students were studying over a period of many months, and we interviewed them face to face and also try to disclose a number of problems of math language and also understand the symptoms of the poor performance. And also try to relate mathematical problems to real life situations in class can better promote their understanding. In everyday math lessons in school, students have the ability to use some mathematical representations to solve real problems. Students do repetition of math exercise using math signs, with this leading students to an understanding of process of making sense of the problems. So the early number skills mainly using some counting strategies, and they encounter these skills well before kindergarten, and the importance of mastering the skills at as early as possible. So the research questions will be investigate what are the difficulties children in the study had in solving mathematicals, world problems, and also how did the children make sense of the problems. Are the students able to draw diagrams with the problems, or will they understand the missing amount of money cannot be greater than the cost of goods? Have they discerned that the uniqueness of a number, or even will they notice the variation of combination of numbers? Will they pay attention to this understanding from the student's point of view instead of expecting them to use their incomplete mathematical procedural knowledge? So, the literature review in school mathematics teaching make the students joyful curiosity about how the student makes sense of the knowledge, and also the interest and success become one of the driving force for the student to learn under the game-based approach. And also there's some importance of counting. We have go through the counting fundamental importance, and also how the children make use of the counting strategies and understand how they use them. And there's some literature revealing about the counting process, the fingers used, and also the source nursery songs on counting. So we will have all this checking with the counting strategy. And also according to the Variation of Learning by Barton, 1981, some discernment variations are the keys for the learning of math. And also Martin taught out students cannot see the phenomenon if they are concentrate on one part of the picture. So students need to be able to look at the whole picture before they can come to conceptual knowledge of the partial relationship. And also, Barton said the learner should learn to discern certain critical aspects in the phenomenon and focus them simultaneously. When the child understands the phenomenon, the ability to select and fully apply the procedural tools will help the child to solve the problem. And also based on facing some real life problem makes children adjust the quantities or real life problems, and this will motivate students to work out the problem. 27 students are studying for uh, for this research, and also they are interviewed individually, and all interviews are video recorded, and the observation were made of the students' action, behavior, and also the interaction between them. And the interview procedure, the problem was read to the students, and they were provided with picture and paper to solve. And if the student appeared not to understand, and the phrases will be with phrases, and the sentence will be repeated, and even if they are suggesting correct answer, we will try to change the quantities or make it more easier for the student to solve the problem. Like this kind of changing words and changing numbers in order to help the student to understand more, and we can check how they reply with this kind of questions. The findings. Not every child has one real life experience of handling money. So when facing work problems on money, they simply don't understand the connection happened to them in their own life. Most children cannot make sense of problems. They do not understand the work problems, the relationship between the work problems and real life experience, the relationship between the real life experience and the math knowledge, and the integration of real problems, real experience, and mathematical knowledge is one of the main research themes we are going to study in this research. We try to relate the word problem to the math knowledge, but the student failed to grasp the powerful relationship in the problem-solving situation. Our education is to prepare us for life. When we learn the basic of math, it has helped us to say the least, buy things, sell things, understand money, and financial banking, etc. But the children later experience outside school of handling or understanding money, so they cannot solve the problem. There are different levels of ability in any classroom, and also they have different kinds of experience among the children. Perhaps they don't have the math knowledge from school to help them out, but children have not enough real life experience also affects their understanding of solving the math problem. Giving the children the opportunity to apply their math knowledge is very important, and some simulating real life situation in the classroom can help the children to understand and solve the problem. Experienced teachers know that it is necessary to put the responsibility for checking on the student. Checking does not really mean that they have carried out their procedure properly, but they have understood of the problems that and put them answer back to the situation of problem. They may even be prompted to consider a problem of the same structure, but with the given value slightly changed and spots the difference. Students tend to look at the problem with blinkers. They are asked to solve the problem. They hear the problem in words and they know they have to use a number sentence. So they start to apply what the teacher has taught. It may be meaningless to them unless they have experience outside school. So we all make sense of problems in different ways. The children can understand and solve the problem. If the children cannot make sense of problem, it is difficult for them to think about possible procedure and how to fix the rules and solve the problem. Problems may be complicated because the child does not understand the language of math, how to translate the words into problems. Losing the sense of the problem also means losing the means of checking whether their answer is reasonable or not. The more real life situation a teacher can introduce into the classroom when teaching math, the better. In the study, it was noted that checking solution against the real life, real world situation help students to discern mathematics relationship between the quantities in the situation. So, my own experience is that students often prefer to present to the teacher with the answer. They come up and ask the teacher if they got right, but that is not very effective for learning mathematics. Teacher may wish to observe how students work and verify this answer in order to better understand their thinking. In school, they are really following a recipe. Outside the school, they really have to think and be creative. So, thank you for your listening, and these are the references. Thank you so much.